it's Landon from Shoeware, back to do another review for you guys today. We're going to be looking at the Nike Paul George 4 Gatorade collab. Thank you guys for stopping by to tune in. Let's go ahead and get into it. So before we get into the actual shoe, we'll touch on the box and price real quick. Retail price is set for $120, which is the same price as the PG3s. The 1s, 2s, and 2.5s were all $110, so I don't know why they made the $10 jump on these last two models. It could be because of his rising stock in the league. The box is black with white accents. Not really a lot to touch on though, so we'll go ahead and move forward with the rest of the review. So moving on to the appearance, this is the Nike PG4 Gatorade in the Fierce Grape colorway. It has Young Trace on the front of the shoes, which is his nickname. These also feature a mesh zippered layer over the top of the laces. I found it interesting how the PG1, 2, 2.5, and 3 all followed the same basic model, but they clearly went an entirely different direction on the PG4. I especially liked how for the design of the shoe they used Gatorade droplets, or it's actually supposed to resemble sweat beads from their advertisements, I think. Either way, it's super clean how they worked a variety of Gatorade details into this shoe, which would make sense because it's a PG4 and Gatorade collab. Something interesting I noticed is that you don't need the zipper to be all the way up to play in these comfortably, which is nice because I think the 3/4 zip is much more visually pleasing than going full-blown turtleneck on the shoe and zipping it all the way up. The 3/4 zip is definitely the move. Now we will move on to the materials and the traction. Most materials on the PG4 are the same as similar models, but this time they added some traits of the Nike Zoom glove, which is the signature shoe of Gary the Glove Payton. I will note that these are somewhat difficult to get on because if you look inside the outer layer, it's essentially a shoe within a shoe, which makes the material reluctant to stretch. If you have wide feet, I would recommend trying the shoes on in a store if you have the opportunity to, instead of buying the shoes online and hoping for the best. But there's free returns most places, so at the end of the day, that really isn't much of a concern where you get them from. The traction pattern on the bottom of the PG4 is circular, similar to the PG3. This is actually done to showcase the cushioning that's used inside the shoe, which I think is pretty cool. As far as performance goes though, the PG4 has held up great and is getting great reviews across the board. The last thing to touch on is the comfort. Instead of having a full-length Zoom cushion, the PG4 has a strobo board made out of regular air. So basically just know that the cushioning is a model used in previous Nike shoes from a little while back and is now being used in the Nike PG4 as well. The full-length Nike Air unit is sewn into the upper, which means your foot is directly on the cushioning. This should allow for better stability in the heel as well as forefoot responsiveness. However, because of the way the cushioning is put together, expect for there to be a little more break-in time for this shoe. But even with that, you can also expect to feel a high level of comfort due to the cushioning being sewn into the shoe. It is worth it to mention that most feedback has been advising to go a half size up because they fit a little bit tight, which you wouldn't necessarily want when moving around during a game, and I definitely agree. I ordered true to size and these were 100% squeezing my foot, so I had to go a half size up. That pretty much wraps up the performance review of the Nike PG4 Gatorade. We'll leave you guys with some short clips to wrap it up. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give us a like and to subscribe to our channel if you guys don't mind. And also feel free to leave any comments in the comment section below if you want us to review a specific shoe. We'll be happy to get back to those comments below.
As well, this is actually our live stream / podcast setup. As you can see, we do a live stream for a podcast, like a live kind of show, kind of like a radio show from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern every Monday. And as well, later in the day at 7 o'clock at night, p.m. Eastern, we do a live stream, kind of like a Q&A kind of hangout session as well. We stream on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Twitter, and Instagram. So you can check us out there. And I think that's it, right?
That should do it.
All right. We'll see you next time. Peace.